Imagine a secluded farmstead. Nestled deep within the heart of rural Bavaria, far from the bustling cities and the noise of modern life, lies a place that seems almost forgotten by time. Picture rolling hills, whispering trees, and an unsettling silence. The landscape is serene, yet there's an eerie stillness that hangs in the air, as if the land itself holds its breath. This was Hinterkaifeck, a place untouched by the progress of 1920s Germany. The farmstead stood as a testament to a simpler, more isolated way of life, where the outside world seemed a distant memory. Here lived the Gruber family, Andreas the patriarch, his wife Casilia, their widowed daughter Victoria, and her two children, also named Casilia and Joseph. They were a typical Bavarian family, rooted in tradition and bound by the ties of kinship. Completing the family was the maid, Maria Baumgartner. She had recently joined the household, seeking a new beginning and a place to call home. Unbeknownst to them, their tranquil world was about to be shattered. Strange occurrences had begun to plague the farmstead. Footsteps in the attic, unexplained noises in the dead of night, and objects mysteriously moved from their places. The family was on edge, but they could never have imagined the horror that awaited them. The Grubers tried to dismiss these disturbances as figments of their imagination, perhaps the result of overworked minds and tired bodies. Yet, the sense of unease grew stronger with each passing day. On a stormy night in March 1922, the farmstead was enveloped in darkness, both literal and metaphorical. The rain pounded against the windows and the wind howled through the trees, creating an atmosphere of dread. In the attic, the mysterious footsteps grew louder, more insistent. The family huddled together, their fear palpable. They knew something was terribly wrong, but they were powerless to stop it. The next morning, the farmstead was eerily quiet. The usual sounds of daily life were absent, replaced by an oppressive silence. Neighbours, concerned by the lack of activity, ventured to the farm to check on the Grubers. What they found was a scene of unimaginable horror. The entire Gruber family, along with Maria Baumgartner, had been brutally murdered. The farmstead, once a place of life and labour, had become a scene of death and despair. The police were baffled by the crime. There were no clear motives, no obvious suspects. The brutality of the murders and the lack of evidence left them with more questions than answers. The Hinterkaifeck Murders remain one of Germany's most chilling unsolved mysteries. To this day, the farmstead stands as a haunting reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the most unexpected places. Visitors still come to Hinterkaifeck, drawn by the tragic history and the unanswered questions. They leave flowers and candles, paying their respects to the family whose lives were so violently taken. As the sun sets over the rolling hills of Bavaria, the story of the Gruber family lingers in the air, a somber reminder of a farmstead shrouded in darkness. Weeks before the tragedy, strangeness plagued Hinterkaifeck. Footsteps in the snow led to the farmhouse door, but none returned. Andreas found an unfamiliar newspaper. The house keys vanished. Whispers of a lurking presence spread among the family, but they stayed, their fate entwined with the secrets of their home. The night of March 31st, 1922 arrived like any other. The small, isolated farmstead of Hinterkaifeck lay quiet under the Bavarian night sky. The family, unaware of the impending doom, went about their evening routines, oblivious to the sinister presence lurking in the shadows. Darkness fell, shrouding the farmstead in an eerie silence. The only sounds were the occasional rustle of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. The farm, usually a place of hard work and family life, now seemed to hold its breath, as if anticipating the horror that was about to unfold. One by one, the family was lured to the barn. It started with Andreas, the patriarch, who heard a noise and went to investigate. The barn, a place of labour and toil, now became a trap. Andreas never returned. Then little Joseph, curious and innocent, followed his grandfather. The darkness swallowed him too. The women, concerned for their loved ones, ventured out next. Victoria, Andreas's daughter, and her mother, Casilia, along with Victoria's young daughter, also named Casilia, walked into the night, their hearts heavy with worry. Each met a gruesome end at the hands of an unseen assailant, their bodies left to rot in the hayloft. The barn, once a symbol of the family's livelihood, now became their tomb. The hay, stained with blood, bore silent witness to the brutality that had occurred. The youngest, Joseph, was still alive when his mother was murdered. His cries echoed through the night, a haunting reminder of the innocence lost. The farmhouse, now devoid of life, stood as a grim monument to the tragedy. He likely lived for several hours after. Alone and frightened, the toddler's final moments were filled with confusion and fear. The once warm and loving home had turned into a place of unimaginable horror. The night that evil visited Hinterkaifeck would be remembered as one of the most chilling and mysterious crimes in history. The farmstead, now abandoned, still stands, a silent testament to the unsolved mystery that haunts the Bavarian countryside to this day. Days turned into nights, the silence of the farm unbroken except by the occasional moo of the unattended cattle. The killer inexplicably remained at the farm. He fed the cattle, ate the family's food, and even slept in their beds. The chimney smoked, a macabre beacon signaling that something was terribly wrong at Hinterkaifeck. Days later, neighbours, alarmed by the eerie silence, discovered the gruesome scene. The investigation began, but the killer had vanished, leaving behind a trail of questions. Speculation ran rampant. Was it a robbery gone wrong? A crime of passion, or something more sinister? Something born of the darkness that clung to Hinterkaifeck? Theories swirled like dust devils in the wind, each one more tantalizing and elusive than the last. In the quiet, rural landscape, whispers carried secrets and suspicions, weaving a tapestry of intrigue and mystery. Some whispered of a family feud, a bitter conflict that had festered for years, tearing apart the fabric of kinship. Others spoke of a spurned lover, driven by a burning desire for revenge, his heart hardened by betrayal and loss. Theories about wandering vagrants, drifting through the countryside with no ties or roots, added to the air of suspicion. Disgruntled farmhands, toiling under the weight of their grievances, were also eyed with distrust. Each theory seemed plausible, yet none could be proven. One name surfaced repeatedly: Lorenz Schlittenbauer, a neighbour whose presence loomed large in the collective consciousness of the village. Rumours swirled about his alleged affair with Victoria, a relationship shrouded in secrecy and scandal. Some even suspected him of fathering her young son, Joseph, adding another layer of complexity to the already tangled web of theories. But concrete evidence remained elusive, like a wisp of smoke in the wind, always just out of reach. The truth lay hidden in a labyrinth of speculation, each twist and turn leading to more questions than answers. The rural setting, shrouded in fog and mystery, seemed to hold its secrets close, unwilling to reveal the reality behind the whispers. Detectives pored over case files, searching for that one elusive clue that could unravel the mystery. But the answers remained stubbornly out of reach. Theories whispered in the wind continued to swirl, each one a tantalizing possibility, yet none providing the definitive truth. Despite exhaustive investigations and countless theories, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain unsolved. The killer's motive, identity, and whereabouts after that fateful night are shrouded in mystery. Was it the act of a madman, driven by an insatiable bloodlust, or a calculated crime fueled by a more personal vendetta? The Hinterkaifeck murders have become a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the shadows. The farmstead, demolished years ago, remains a chilling landmark in true crime history, a place where whispers of the past mingle with the wind. The Hinterkaifeck murders continue to fascinate and terrify. They serve as a chilling reminder that some secrets are buried deep, lost to the passage of time. The gruesome events that unfolded on that isolated farmstead continue to haunt our collective imagination, a timeless mystery that continues to perplex and intrigue.